Excited to start 2024, and we've already got some big stories to talk about, starting with Paula Abdul, because she submitted a lawsuit on December 29th against Nigel Lythgoe, as well as 19 Entertainment, American Idol Productions, and Dance Nation Productions. So she is seeking a jury trial and damages for sexual assault, battery, sexual harassment, gender violence, and the filing details multiple alleged incidents, including one in an elevator during an early season of American Idol, where Abdul, who of course served as a judge for 8 seasons. Now, her claims cover incidents that happened over several years, including one alleged incident around 2015 when she was working on So You Think You Can Dance, which Lythgoe was an executive producer on. So she filed her lawsuit in the Los Angeles Superior Court under California's Sexual Abuse and Cover-Up Accountability Act, which allowed victims a 1-year window to file a sexual abuse lawsuits that would otherwise be outside the statute of limitations. The deadline did expire on December 31st. He released a statement denying her claims, saying, denying all the claims. And he said, for more than 2 decades, Paula and I have interacted as dear and entirely platonic friends and colleagues. Yesterday, however, out of the blue, I learned of these claims in the press, and I want to be clear, not only are they false, they are deeply offensive to me and to everything I stand for. So we talked about this a little bit when Cassie did her filing against Diddy because of, the statute of limitations that was up. And so this is kind of like the same thing that's happening here, correct?
That's exactly right, Christina. And that was a New York case, Cassie versus Diddy. But here in California, the legislature did open the statute of limitations for these sexual assault claims if there was some sort of cover-up by an organization. And, oftentimes these might have been religious groups or the Boy Scouts where the allegations were made against. But here you're talking about American Idol or So You Think You Can Dance. And that's why Paula's lawyer framed the lawsuit the way that they did. They said that the sexual assault happened, but there was a cover-up so they can fit it within this look-back window that opened up that statute of limitations.
Interesting. So in his statement, he called her out for her erratic behavior, said that she's known for her erratic behavior. Does that seem to be maybe what their defense might be going forward, that she's had a history of this erratic behavior?
Well, definitely we know in these sexual assault cases, sometimes the alleged perpetrators, they go after the alleged victim's credibility. And that's what's happening here. They're saying that this is something that's fabricated. It's out of the blue. There were no allegations for many years. And you already see Nigel going after Paula. I think one of the things that Paula has working for her are the alleged allegations involving Nigel's assistant. If that individual comes forward, corroborates some of the alleged conduct, that makes it a much stronger case, because whenever you're dealing with sexual assault, when there are more victims, that helps all the victims collectively.
So what's kind of the next steps in this? Do you feel like this will be settled before it heads to trial?
So usually this will go one of 2 ways when you're talking about sexual assault. There'll either be a quick settlement. We saw that very quick settlement with Diddy and Cassie. Or the parties dig their heels in, they call each other liars, and the case needs to proceed to trial. Now, we'll see which direction this goes. And Nigel did throw out the first attack in response to Paula's claims. We'll see if the parties, get into a confidential private mediation, try to get this resolved, or the public attacks continue. We go through discovery, both the written discovery and depositions, and this case marches towards trial.